You are now tuned into Black on Black Prime.
Disclaimer, like I said, every fucking episode, we don't care if we liked it or not. We still watch your shit, and congratulations to you. We support you, and shout outs to you, nigga, because you made it. We don't know you. We're watching this. Your movie, anybody around the world can watch your shit. You made it, my nigga. You famous. You good.
Just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click it, turn it off. Ooh, we back. Hey, don't put that shit in there. We back for another one.
One time.
This one is called Jungle Juice. I know it's written and directed by Curly the Fifth, right?
Yeah.
Written and directed by Curly the Fifth,
and starring,
and starring, like headline starring, nigga, like the whole movie, his vision.
I always wonder how that was I mean, I've done it before, but at the same time, man, like acting and directing that's got to be low key, like a difficult task because you got to, be behind the camera. It's like you got to set it up, I mean, the way you want it to look, and then go back in there and act, and then go look at it right away. You know what I mean? It's like just a check.
Right. Hey, for this being his first time, that shit was like professional. I didn't see no flaws in the way he was doing it.
Was this his first?
I ain't seen him in nothing else. Did you see? You saw something else? I'm
looking at his IMDb. As far as director, it doesn't say he did anything else. He definitely acted in something else.
It's another movie?
Yeah, it looks like some movie called Bora. His name was C Money in that one. But as far as director credits, he only got one. But
shit.
He's acted in another movie. He was a cinematographer in another movie.
Oh shit.
He been here.
But this first movie I seen.
Same.
Yeah. And this is a movie about so Curly, he's just getting out of jail. He just did 10 years. He's coming home. I don't know if he was trying to get out of the game or if he was just coming home, kind of just seeing what was going on. But I kind of got the feel that he was trying to get out. Like he came home on some change type shit.
Yeah, he was trying to get out before he went in, and he ended up getting caught. So I think him getting out, he was just trying to like get that lag. Because I mean, that money that what's her name has saved up, I think he was just pretty much getting to that. You know what I mean? Like
right,
that bag or whatever.
And speaking of her, her name is Shicey. And I want to make this point for women that think all niggas just want to fuck everything walking. This woman was thick and bad as hell. And this nigga had just got out doing 10 years. He was not thinking about fucking this woman. Niggas can do it. Huh?
I didn't even think about that because I thought that was a chick when they was going back to the crib or whatever. She was like, "Let's go back to my place" or whatever. He was like, "That sounds like a good idea." I was for sure it was gonna be a sex scene next.
But he said that, like, you did, I did get that feel, but then she was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, going back to my place." So I think he was just more excited about having his own place.
Right.
But women out there, we can be friends with women without trying to fuck. Stop assuming that, man.
Yes, we can.
Everybody ain't like that.
But that also means we probably fucked before.
not for me. Not for me. I'm speaking for me. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. Not for me.
Nah, you can definitely be friends with somebody that's of the opposite sex, especially if y'all cool like that, because you can have that sister bond with somebody.
Yeah.
Before that whole, attraction comes. That don't mean you don't find her attractive.
Yeah, I mean, you can find her attractive without crossing that line.
Right, absolutely.
But anyway, so the beginning scene, the first thing I noticed, it was like for only like 2 times I heard it, the music in this motherfucker was dope as fuck. the soundtrack for this shit. And I saw on his Instagram, he said he was gonna drop the soundtrack. But the soundtrack in this motherfucker was hard.
It's gonna be all Curly the Fifth. He really not a director. He really did this to drop his album. He's just let me do this movie.
And I ain't mad.
I ain't mad either. I wish I could do it. Nah, but they did have some good little cuts on here. It's like it's always good when you listening to the movie and you hear that like the background don't mess it up. You know what I mean? Because I've
Yeah.
seen movies to where it's just like, they're like, why they throw this song right there? And it just messes up the whole scene. So I was just like, no, you tried to push an artist for no reason. Reason.
If it don't fit, don't do it. Man.
Yeah.
But that's what I noticed, like, kind of quick. And it's funny, like, because I got a West Coast bias when it comes to anything. Dude. So it's like when I see something made in California, I want to love it. But then if I don't like it, we ain't gonna review it if I don't like it. I'm just happy that this didn't let me down.
I'm glad that you recommended this, because I wouldn't have. It looked like one of those Detroit movies to me, like just the cover. I was just like,
about a poster.
Yeah, because it's like usually when you see LA movies, it's like you can tell that it's an LA movie. It's like the background, it's the palm trees.
It's gonna be at least 2 palm trees in that movie.
Exactly. You're gonna see the low riders or something like that. I was like, this ain't no West Coast movie. And then when I found when it came in, I'm like, okay, like this is, based in LA location. Yeah. So when you said West Coast bias, I was just like, damn. I was like, look, before I even saw the movie when it came in or whatever, and I saw that it was from it, I was like, yep, I'm gonna like it, because I don't typically we don't get a lot of LA films. Like I feel like the only LA films we know about are the the classics. And
it'd be more mainstream than anything.
Right. So
so the juice was it was Orange County. So I guess because orange juice. Is that I don't know nothing about LA. Where is that at?
Orange County is like Disneyland, Anaheim, and Buena Park. Like in that, they actually have a place called Orange. I think that's Orange County. I think that little spot is Orange County. I'm not really familiar with every little place in that area, but I thought Jungle Juice was they lived in the jungles and they had juice.
Nah, so so when they kept saying the juice, like that was the whole movie, and then it was one scene where they like flash up to the the water thing, and it said Orange County.
Oh, word! I didn't see that part. Oh well, this was Orange County. I definitely didn't. I didn't get that vibe, because
they did have a scene in the jungle, but yeah. I could be wrong. I'm from the Bay Area. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I just put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, orange, orange juice, so we call it the juice.
Well, he's from Orange County, so I mean,
right.
that might have been it, but I just didn't, what I mean? Like, also throughout the movie, I didn't catch that when I was looking at like some of the streets and stuff like that. Like, it didn't look like Orange County, but it also wasn't like I didn't see familiar LA spots either in the movie. So I don't know what he was trying to. I don't know what the location could have. The location could have been places that I've never been.
Right.
But for some reason, I just felt like it was just LA County. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
But yeah, but as far as why it's called Jungle Juice, I thought juice was like a term that they was using. Like I thought that was just a hood or something. It's just like, man, you from the juice? It's like,
yeah, that was like the whole, because everywhere they was at, niggas was saying that like, I'm about to take over the juice. So I'm just assuming they talk about everything.
Yeah, that Orange County, they could call themselves the juice, but in that case, I wouldn't know why they call it Jungle Juice then. I thought they call it Jungle Juice because like of the jungles, and yeah, because it actually went to the jungles.
Yeah, I saw that, but when they went to the jungles, they was like, you ain't welcome over here. Like kind of like, nigga, this ain't wherever you at. This ain't this.
This ain't the juice.
Yeah, you ain't in the juice.
Yeah, you might be right. But I didn't, for some reason, I was like, I never saw that Orange County shot that you're talking about.
I could be lying about that shot because his album, he was sitting on that water thing. So I could have been lying. I don't know. I feel like they showed it though. I feel like they showed Orange County.
Well, yeah, this is our first watch, so it's like a lot of things I probably didn't catch, like little subtle joints. But
right,
yeah, I don't remember the Orange County part. I just thought it was somewhere in LA that I haven't been.
Yeah, I assume you know everything in LA because you out there. But so you find out Shiesty took the money. They had the bank robbery. She was holding how much they got? They got did they get 500,000 from the bank robbery?
Well, I mean, it was hard to tell because when they flashed back, he was asking for a certain amount. Remember, he was just like, "Let me get 50,000. Let me get 50,000." And she was just like, "Nah, I'm only gonna give you 25." So I don't think they had no milli. I think it was like 100 or 500,000 at the most.
I wanted that flashback, man. When you talk about when the nigga look like Young Jeezy. What's his name?
Geo.
Geo. And that nigga was in the kid. So it said what year did it say? It said 2000, it said 2013. That nigga was in there like, man, I'm moving on. This that new shit. I'm like, nigga, this ain't the 80s.
You talking about when he pulled up the little that shit look like Gerber.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm not too familiar with drugs because I've never cooked them, but that looked like baby food.
But I was laughing because he was talking about crack like it just came out. I'm like, nigga, that's from the 80s.
It's like, yo, we in 2013, bro. It's old
This
drug.
nigga said they selling their mama for this shit. Like, nigga, this shit ain't new. This shit been out, nigga.
That shit was funny.
That's when he was like, give me that 50,000. So I think, so I want to say they got maybe like 100-something thousand. Because remember, she tried to give him Chiappa his cut. I think his cut was 25, and he threw it back at her like, nah,
right?
Like,
so
that ain't enough, basically.
And it was only about what, four or five of them. So if it was 5 of them, then it was definitely 100. No,
it was only 3 of them.
It was only 4 then.
It was 3 of them.
It was only 3.
It was him, Chiappa, and then little light skin crazy cuz.
Oh, so Gio wasn't in it.
No, he wasn't there for that.
Oh, okay.
Or unless, but they were talking about it before they went to go do it. Remember, it was just them 3, and he was like, "Yeah, y'all don't kill nobody," and they started laughing. But it was just those 3, and then he was like, "Let's go." So I'm thinking it was just those 3. I didn't think Gio was part of it.
Okay, yeah, I just thought that was just a little meeting that they had. You know,
it could have been, but I felt like it was just those 3.
Chiappa was a hater from jump, man. I just feel like he was just one of them dudes. It's like, I wish I knew his, like, the backstory a little bit more and how him and his brother became like kind of on opposite sides, because it just seemed like he was just hating from the, like, anytime you saw his face in the movie, he was just on some hater shit. You know, he was just
it was the money. Nah, it was the money and the power.
He's one of them niggas that be like turning up their face at everything. Nah, nigga, I ain't doing that. You know, I'm about to take over.
He wanted to. That's what it was. He wanted the power. Like his, I guess you could tell his brother kind of ran the gang. Then when his brother went down, he got a little taste of the power and the money. So that's what it was.
Yeah, that nigga's a hater. He was a hater before his brother went in, though.
No, where?
When they flashed back, and they was talking about it, and when he said "don't kill nobody," like, you know, he just seemed like a nigga just on the sideline. That was just, he wanted his brother's spot when his brother was out.
No, okay, I didn't get that feeling, because when they was having that, they was talking about it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about leaving." He wasn't like, "Yeah, nigga, leave." He was just like, he said, "Y'all should leave too." And his brother was like, "Nah, man, I ain't leaving. I love this shit." Like, so it wasn't like I don't think it was hate right there. I think the hate came when his brother left and nobody wanted to follow his lead. That's when it was like, man, fuck that nigga, because y'all still loyal to this nigga and he ain't around.
Yeah, but that nigga, like, and in that case, it's just like, why are you got like so much animosity towards your brother? Like, when he got out, your brother got out, and it's just like, you didn't, like, you know, ain't no welcome home party, nothing like that. It's just like, man, this nigga back in, like, first thing you hear about this nigga, man, fuck my brother.
that
I was like, damn, man, like, what did nigga do to you? Like, you can tell one of the niggas, like, you left me, nigga. Like,
he said it doing
starve. You left me here to starve.
He said it doing a haircut. The big
Right.
dude was cutting his hair. And nigga said, "Yeah, your brother always give me 20%." That nigga said, "Man, fuck my brother." Like, oh shit.
Damn. I was like, that nigga mad his brother went to jail on. I was just like, man, it was like he didn't tell on y'all. How about that?
I think it was just the power and the money. He wanted to just run it all.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up way of going about it, but he wanted to run it all.
Yeah.
But so he get out, and it's funny because I was torn about this when he because we talked about this before in Adam and Eve, when he went back to his baby mama.
Yeah.
And it was like the I don't know, I wrote down like because remember, my thing was like, this nigga's in jail, you didn't care about him because you didn't write or nothing. Then when you come back, you back in love. But in this one, it's like I understood it more.
Because it was, what, 10 years?
Yeah, but the other one was only like 12 years.
That's a long time.
2 more years.
It's a long time to wait for anybody. She was like, I waited 8 years. So it's like, she waited 2 years, technically. 2 years, it was fine. But man, after 2 years, she was like, I got to go out here and get this, get my life back together. So it seemed like it was just a little bit too long for her. But I don't know, like 10 years for anybody is, I don't know, man. That's just a
10
long
years
time to wait.
10 years is a long fucking time for sure.
He left, like his daughter, like that. I thought that was dope. The fact that his daughter still was, like, okay, that's my daddy, no matter what.
Yeah,
because she was only 2 when he went to jail. No,
yeah.
14. No, she was 4 because she was 14, right?
No, she was
12. No, she was 12.
She was
She
12.
was 12. Yeah, because he asked her twice.
Shit,
And I was like,
that girl wasn't 12. The girl wasn't 12 though. That girl was at least 16. But but yeah, he asked her twice. She said she was 12. But it was like I like his approach. Like I was dying laughing when that nigga said what'd he say? She was like, you gotta have her back 15 minutes for her daddy. And nigga was like, I'm her daddy. He's like, I'll fuck her daddy.
He said that in front of her. He was just like, nah, I'll be back in 15 minutes for you, not for him. He was just like,
yeah.
I'll beat his ass. He was like, I'll beat his dad.
I'll fuck her daddy.
I was like, damn. I was like, that's the messed up part. That's the messed up part about it, I guess, being I mean, I've never been in this situation, but having to be a stepfather for like, a new girl is like the daddy was in jail or something like that. He get out and man, he want to come in there and try to punk you. Like, you know what I mean? Like you didn't, I like, yo, I didn't go to jail. Don't come over here with that. I was like, I done raised your daughter for 8 years, homie. I was like, you better respect me if anything.
At the same time, he wasn't doing something right because that nigga got her back easily.
That nigga took her on a date to the studio.
Easily. There wasn't no love there. Like nah, you ain't in love with that nigga. She like, you can see the embrace when she hugged him.
Oh yeah, I was just like, she came in, she came to the studio with a fur coat. And another reason why I was just like, this movie threw me off a little bit because it was very like if I didn't see if I didn't hear certain things, I wouldn't have known, or if I didn't see certain things, I wouldn't have known because these niggas had on some different clothes. Like, you know what I mean? It's like LA wild, like LA niggas don't dress like this.
With the furs?
This nigga had a fur, like a jacket with the fur hoodie. She had like a mink coat on. I was like, nobody wear that. I was
hey, nigga, Chiappa had them black Timbs on like Jodeci. I was thrown by that too. I was like, I guess LA niggas dress like. I ain't from there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was still it was cool because like you're used to seeing like the typical, the stereotype of LA. Everybody got Chucks on and Dickie suits like Baby Boy or something. So, but
yeah,
I was not able to tell where this movie was.
Well, Gio literally had a Dickie suit on the whole movie.
Well, yeah, like Gio was that one time that he had that on or whatever. So
one time he had that Dickie suit on the whole movie.
Yeah. Him not being the main character of the film, like just seeing Curly and his brother, like they look like they could have been from somewhere cold.
Right, like not even Detroit, like it's like somewhere I get what you're saying, like somewhere else.
Yeah, so I was like, there was some definitely some different niggas, but they might have been them niggas that was just in LA and kind of did what they wanted. You know what I mean? They probably didn't. They probably weren't raised in a time to where that was a thing. Because even right now, nobody be walking around with Dickie suits out here.
Right.
You know what I mean, this is the 2000s, so everybody kind of dressed a little bit different. So let me take that back. It's not like, I feel like, I guess I'm used to LA movies that are based like in the 90s. You know,
and it was cool, like you said, it's cool. They wasn't extra out with it. Like it wasn't like oh, Mark, hey, we out here, cuz. It wasn't a lot of that. Like the little light skinned nigga was like that, but that was his character.
Yeah, niggas don't talk like that really. No, there's a few niggas that talk like that. That's gangbanger, but like in this movie, it didn't feel like it was like a Crip and Blood kind of vibe. Right. You know what I mean? It seemed like it was just like some regular cats just trying to get money. Like, you know what I mean? So it was like these weren't the typical LA niggas that are from the hood or whatever. It was just that one dude in the movie that was sitting by the liquor store. He had on the blue hat and the blue jacket or whatever, but he wasn't even part of the movie. But that was it. And then the dudes at the Jungles.
Yeah, but even with that, it wasn't like you didn't hear hella yelling blood and power. They wasn't doing none of that. Like you could just know where they was at, but they wasn't like putting on for the camera.
I feel like he did that purposely. He was just like, I'm not gonna focus this movie on like blood and Crip rivalry.
Which is cool, because that's what Menace did. That's what Boys in the Hood did. Everybody did that, and that's what makes a better movie when you ain't focusing on.
Right. It's funny in this movie. I was like, it was kind of. I wouldn't say predictable, but I knew what was gonna happen. Like as soon as I saw Shiesty and who she was, I was like, yeah, she about to die.
You know what's funny? I didn't get that. Like I didn't I wasn't expecting that easy because how smart she was. Like when they pulled up and shot up the Range Rover, that shit was bulletproof.
Yeah.
It seemed like she was ahead of the game. Like and then when dude was like when Chiappa was like, I need somebody to get close to her. I was like, she got close kind of fast. Like that was kind of easy.
Yeah. No. She you talking about the little Mexican girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like her out the whole movie. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Only because I just felt like she was like, you know, his little chick or whatever, and you know, she came in there because apparently when they flashed back, like she didn't just go in there and shoot her. It's like they fought. I feel like Shiesty would have like drug her.
That's what I'm saying. That was too easy. Like Shiesty was like, first of all, Shiesty was big.
Right.
Like she wasn't no regular size. She was like a bigger woman. Like she would beat a nigga's ass.
Right. Like if she didn't shoot her at the door, she wouldn't have won.
Right.
So it was like the fact that they had her kill Shiesty, I didn't like that part. But you know, I knew she was going for like anybody that come in the movie too early, that's too perfect. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, you up out of there. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not gonna see her throughout this movie. She's not gonna play a main role. Like somebody gonna kill her and then they're gonna ride for her, if anything.
Right. But I don't know. I just for some reason I didn't see that. Like I didn't not that I was let down or disappointed, but I just didn't see that happening. Like I didn't predict that part happening.
Yeah. No, I get you. Yeah, man. It's something about this movie also to move it on. The flow of I get the events or whatever, right? Like as time was going by, like I felt like once they were in like at war, I just felt like they was moving very sloppy.
Oh man. So what about my first note when he went to go see his daughter and he was like, can we walk to the park? I was nervous, like nigga, like don't you know these niggas is after you.
Yeah.
Not in the open. You know what I mean? Don't walk into the open like that.
Yeah, and just like I was saying, like I knew stuff was gonna happen. I was like, I knew they was gonna kidnap that little girl, kill her. Either it was the one, it was just I was like, it just had to come at some point. You know what I mean? And I don't know why Gio was just moving around like he just didn't have like, dude, this nigga in and out burger. He walking through parking lots. You know what I mean? I'm just like, dude, like go home. They offered this nigga a trip, and he just like, nah. I ride for you since the 5th grade. Like, I'm just like, nigga, ain't that much loyalty in the world, my nigga. You got a son, these niggas are offering you out, and you like, nah, I'm gonna stay out here and get murdered.
Nah, fuck, like, nah. I felt him on that though. Like, he didn't want to just. That's like, nigga, nah, hey. If niggas is out here trying to kill you, I'm like, I can't just leave. Like, you come with me. Like, I ain't finna just leave you out here.
It ain't that. It was the fact he was trying to save that nigga because he was about to go to jail. It wasn't the fact he was running away from the war. He wanted to be a part of the war. It was like, nigga, you're about to do 20 because you hot right now. So I'm saying if you're gonna stay, cool, right? But you can't be a part, you can't be in the streets with me. I'm not saying don't ride. Like, if you want to ride with us, cool. But until we ride, because apparently Curly was doing his thing. Curly was out and about. You see how that time went by, that montage where he was like changing outfits. That was like 6 or 7 days.
Yeah.
He kept picking up his daughter. That was 6 or 7 days. Lay low. You know what I mean? Don't come out. There's no reason for you to be coming out and going in and out burger dog. DoorDash. You know what I mean? We're in the 2000s. Uber Eats, whatever. Like, there's no reason until we ride. There's no reason for you to be outside in the streets like everything is good.
Yeah. I feel like and even with Curly, like the scene where he was meeting his little brother and his little brother walked behind and put him in the chokehold. It's like, yeah, that was cute. Nigga, if that wasn't him.
He acted like it didn't even happen. Like, he didn't even flinch. I was just like, y'all just out here just eating chicken sandwiches.
That's they playing the dangerous game. So I feel like it was a little out in the open.
That's what I'm saying. It was just sloppy if you're at war, like in the same city. You know what I mean? It's like, this is your brother. He know where you hang at. He know where your baby mama live. He know where you live. He know where everybody you roll with live. And you just moving. You just acting like ain't nothing happening. You
know what's funny? Chiappa was lower than he was though. And he was the one trying to kill him.
You said he was what? He
was lower. Like, you didn't see Chiappa in the open like that. He didn't have a lot of scenes where he just out there.
Yeah, because he was out planning probably. Like, because all anything any move that he made was like he probably planned that move. He was like, okay, I'm gonna have my girl do this. I'm gonna meet these fools here. These fools be hanging out here. Like they caught these niggas everywhere.
Everywhere.
If this wasn't a movie, them niggas would have died first thing. It was like they saw each other at the funeral, niggas. It was like, come on, man. That reminded me of Thicker Than Water when they met at the funeral. I thought they was gonna make up right there. Like, we brothers. We ain't supposed to be doing this.
I felt like that was I feel like that. I ain't gonna lie, I felt like that too when they walked up on each other.
Yeah.
I was like, somebody gonna say something where they cool, but they was like, nah, nigga, fuck you still.
Yeah.
That nigga said, what he yell at her? And nigga said, I see you at the next funeral. It's gonna be your brother funeral, nigga.
Yeah.
That niggas was crazy.
Shout out to the drone footage. I feel like every time they hit a drone footage, it was super epic.
Yeah, they captured it, nigga. They captured that shit.
They captured it. That's what made it feel real, like a LA movie. It was just like that drone footage over the city or wherever was going on, and they would fade it in real good. I was just like, okay, I appreciated that part of the movie.
Hey, you remember the scene where it was like the last scene he dropped his daughter off, right? And the cops was behind him talking to somebody.
Yeah,
I thought they was gonna incorporate that. But they just arrested this nigga and like it was like they were still carrying their scene. I was like, was that really happening or is that
who knows? They probably was just like, yeah, we about to film right here. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, I figured that they just had that was just some extras. He was just, making it look like it was some activity going on out there. But yeah.
But it was crazy because it was like literally right next to him. And he's still talking to her like, yeah, I wanted to spend the night at the house. But the cops is right here talking and then they come out and cuff dude. I'm like, is that part of the movie or is that
And another thing, like there was a few people in this movie that I feel like could have been removed. You let me know if you agree with me. The black cop that was just supposed to be like
in every movie you got one of those.
Yeah. And
like I'm from here and but I'm a cop now.
I feel like he was unnecessary for the movie, and then Killer. Those are two unnecessary characters in this movie. Tell me you don't think these things was unnecessary.
I think what made Killer unnecessary was he didn't look like he had no steam rolling towards taking over nothing.
That's why I thought I was like, okay, this is gonna be the nigga that win at the end.
When they first show him, he was like Mac Dre, like they dug him up and put some clothes on him. He was like filthy. That nigga was standing in front of the stove like that nigga was in front of the stove, like, yeah, I'm about to take over the juice. I'm looking like, who is this nigga? Like, who the fuck is this nigga? And then later, it's like nothing. He didn't gain. He always seemed like just a regular nigga selling dime bags. Like he never seemed like he was gaining no power.
He was a crackhead.
So he was there. He was needed for the drama, but the emphasis they put on his character.
Yeah, I felt like he was gonna be somebody in the movie, and then the fact that they was just like they kept talking about him, and then they like how he got killed. I'm just like, yo, this nigga was in a real character, like for real, like that. You know what I mean? I was like, they didn't really need him to make that move. That they was like, because I was laughing, dude. This is another funny part of the movie when dude was in the car with Chiappa. Well, what's his name? The little brother. He was in the car with Chiappa, and he was just like, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill him for you. He was like, you love her? I was just like, so y'all niggas in there pulling, like hitting licks over love? He was just like,
oh, it's your cousin though. It's blood. It's your cousin.
That's what it says. It's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You love her. If it ain't love, I ain't doing it. I was like, yo, niggas don't talk. Niggas don't talk like that. Ain't no, I don't care who you are, dude. Ain't nobody about to kill nobody over. Hey, you love her, but I'm gonna kill her because you love her. I'm gonna kill my cousin because you love her. That was crazy.
That shit was funny. I hit my green screen.
I was like, I was laughing at that part. I was like, there's no way. But yeah, Killer, he was unnecessary for the movie, especially as far as like if you're thinking about like a chess piece, right? Like that, right? He was less than a pawn.
At all, but because it was like
he wasn't in the way.
It was like Curly was at the top, Chiappa was at the top, and this nigga was like all the way down here, like I'm about to take it over. Like
he wasn't a factor, bro. He wasn't even making no. I can see if he was a snitch. He wasn't even making no noise.
Yeah, nothing. All he was doing was selling drugs.
Yeah, exactly. Saying he was gonna do something. He was like, man, I got $1 million. My brother's got $1 million. Like, but that don't matter though. just because he just talking. Like I feel sorry for the little nigga. Honestly, he wasn't
Honestly,
nobody.
honestly, I felt bad because he was just trying to come up,
Yeah.
but they put a lot of emphasis on his trying to come up. But it's like you didn't have no power behind you. So Killer, like I said, he didn't they didn't show him at a level to where it was like he could even be a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was in there begging the OG to ride with him. And then when the OG showed him a gun, he was like, "Where you get that?" I'm like, "How you can't be the man and you don't got nothing going like that." I didn't understand that, but I understood them using him as as like a bridge to extend the beef.
Yeah. It was a few characters in here that I could have done without. Killer was one of them. The cop was one of them. The dude with the big balls around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what those are called. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like they didn't really bother me. You know what I mean? That black cop, I felt like there was something like there was a story about him. Like I think it was like wasn't it his dad somebody? Because I feel like he said something about his father and something that they no. Sloan was Sloan the cop's dad? Sloan was the barber that got killed.
Sloan was the barber that got killed. That was no, okay, so the barber that got killed, I thought he was connected to the Jungles dude.
He was. Okay, never mind. So that was the jungle dude. So I feel like the cop was connected to somebody, and that's why he was mad at them for some reason.
It seemed like I said, it seemed like the whole he grew up with us, now he's a cop thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that nigga was a hater. But he wasn't like the hater from Baller Blocking. Who's the baller now, Ward?
Yeah.
He wasn't that kind of dude to where he was throughout the whole film. This nigga was just like he was in a few scenes. I was like, he wasn't needed.
He wasn't really important, but I don't know. I guess it's to show there was to give the cops some life. I guess maybe
right.
But he wasn't really important. So
yeah.
but
for some reason I just felt like there was some. I remember him saying something to Curly when he had him in the alley or whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like you did something. I gotta go back and watch it, but I feel like there was some history that they had, right?
Like I said, it just felt like they just grew up. Like they was like partners from growing up. Because even the little brother was like, "Man, why you always hating?" Like that was like his angle. Like we used to be cool.
Right. Yeah, because he did get his little brother got arrested for just like kind of just being out there or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That nigga had me rolling. The little brother is funny though. Like his mannerism. That nigga was like, he was like, "What brothers? I ain't got no brothers." That nigga was, "Oh, you don't got no brother." That nigga said, "Hi, only child." That nigga was.
He said he had made a couple movie references too. That shit was pretty funny. Like you could tell he was like the comic relief. I knew that nigga was gonna die too.
I didn't know he was gonna die. Hey, and I want to say though, even in that die scene, like they did good at the emotions in it. When he was like begging for his life,
he was like, "Man, I don't want to die."
Yeah, because it's like you imagine you got to shoot your little brother, and that's what Curly was going through. Like, damn, nigga, like I got to kill you too.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. He put the fucking Geo put a hole in that nigga's head. Oh, can't stay low, Geo. Geo got to get him a burger. That one scene when them niggas was chasing him, I was laughing at that scene too because I'm like, if somebody's following you or whatever, right? And he get on the phone with Curly, he's like, "Yo, bring them niggas to Jackson Street." And then Curly was just there with a handgun, like he didn't have no like. I'm thinking, like, if you tell me, dog, if I tell you some niggas is following me and you tell me like, "Hey, bro, like meet me on Jackson Street," I'm thinking, nigga, you got a platoon with you.
There's hella niggas out there.
Hella niggas is waiting to shoot their car up. This nigga wait. This nigga just sit across the street and wait, give him the little nod or whatever, and just start shooting at him with a handgun. I'm like, I don't think this is enough artillery, my nigga. Like, I think because there was a good chance that they could have still pulled up on that nigga and just shot Gio in the car.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah, they could have. But it was funny because dude in the back knew it. Like he like, nigga, this is a setup, nigga.
Like I said, that nigga sat in the back and waited till the niggas got up on him or whatever. I didn't even know. Oh boy, I think his name was E. I didn't even know he was there.
He said he called him. So when Curly was like, "Meet me on Jackson Street," he was like, "I'm about to hit E." Yeah. So he called him like, "Nigga, meet us over there."
Right. Yeah. But that shit was that nigga died. Yeah, that was a fucked up scene because he kind of died out of nowhere. I mean, but his character wasn't a big character like that, I guess. But I didn't think that was the way he was gonna go out.
I didn't think so either. But then it was like in that moment, I was like, oh yeah, he finna get killed. Especially when it was like it's another nigga in the back seat.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, he gone.
Yeah.
That nigga walked up on the car. Y'all didn't save nothing for me, like nigga.
Oh yeah, we did. Yes, we did. I got a headshot. Yeah, man.
Let me put so like real life. Curly impressed me in this fucking movie. Like his acting, like every scene, like you know how so voice wise and what he was doing, it was kind of reminiscent of Menace to Society with Kane, like you know how Kane's a fucked up dude, but you kind of care for him because we looking at it from his eyes.
Yeah.
Curly was the same way, but he performed better than Kane, I think.
Right.
Cause nigga, like even when towards the at the end when the brother and the lawyer's there, and the lawyer was talking to him, and that nigga yelled like like you can see all the frustration in his face.
Right. Yeah. That was actually funny.
Yeah, I was laughing, but I was like, damn, I feel him. He like nigga, like what else? You know? Yeah. And so like I said, his performance, like I was really impressed by his performance. Like I know you said this ain't his first movie. I thought it was his first movie because it looked like, okay, so there's a video on his Instagram. It's like a clip of his song. And damn near everybody in this movie's in the background and dressed in all black. I thought it was I thought this is like just the niggas. You know how you got the rap click that you rap with? I thought he just put all these niggas in the movie. So now I'm confused. Now I don't know if maybe they were acting before this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I only say one movie, so I don't know if like, I mean, that other movie that he did was like the same year pretty much. So I was like, I think he just started.
Right. But that nigga's very impressive.
Yeah,
very impressive.
Whatever it is, I want to see him in some more stuff.
Oh, there's a part 2 of this coming.
Oh yeah, it is a part 2, but I guess I'm gonna get to that part. I guess we can get to it now.
Wait, hold on. But I was laughing when Puerto Rican cousin the ponytail pulled him out. And that nigga hit him with the gun. That nigga said, "It's my brother." That nigga said, "How much you owe you?" This guy, $1 million. That nigga said, $1 million.
I got more.
But he was like, "God damn, $1 million." That nigga said, $1 million. Dude got frustrated like nigga.
There's one thing about the movie that I guess I would have done differently if I would have, the writers like I just didn't feel like it needed the plug. Like the Spanish, the niggas that came out of nowhere, I just didn't feel like it needed that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't need to know who they were. And then at the end, them kind of coming back around to, give us a part 2, because I feel like this movie was so long, he could have broke this up into 2 pieces.
The movie was definitely long, but I see where the plug plays a part, because now we get a part 2 because of the plug.
I don't care enough about the plug for the part 2. I cared enough about the characters. Like I cared about like the Curlys and the Shiesties and the brothers, but like not everybody's dead but Curly, right? And then now you got the plug. So it's just like the plug, we don't get to know who this nigga is. He came in randomly out of nowhere.
Oh no, he came in because they killed remember the Mexican girl killed so whatchamacallit, Chiappa was trying to start his own. And he needed that plug, so the Mexican girl killed the black dude.
Right. I remember that part, which was hella funny for me because I'm like, okay, so this Mexican girl just became goddamn Nikita.
Yeah.
She's out here beating up Shiesty, and she's just stabbing this nigga up. She was like, I don't ever think I could do this again, because you could kill somebody with a gun, nigga, but you got to be a different creature to stab the shit out of a motherfucker and then chilling their blood.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was wild. But like I said, that's the bridge for part 2. And then so Curly's alive, but light skinned dude alive too, right? They never showed him get killed.
Come on, nigga with the balls around his neck.
No, the one that was working with Chiappa. Rocco. He never got killed.
Nah, he never got killed. But yeah, I mean, I guess, because Rocco, that was another dude that I was just like, this nigga just kind of came out of nowhere too. You know what I mean? He was, I guess, the dude that they trusted to help out the baby mama and the daughter.
Oh, well, no. We talk about two different people. I'm talking about dude that was with Chiappa, the light skinned nigga, the one that he had that funny ass line when that nigga said that nigga had me rolling because that nigga was too hard. When that nigga said he was like, nigga, we run everything in the juice. And dude was like, all right, I'll be back. He said, nigga, don't be back, nigga.
Yeah, you know what's funny is it's like that was the nigga with the LA accent. The dude.
Yeah, he was
hair.
extra. Yeah,
That's
he
the
was
dude that
extra
shot.
LA.
That's the dude that shot E.
Yeah, that nigga had me rolling. No, that nigga said, "Don't be back, nigga. You might not make it." I was like, God.
Well, yeah, he's definitely probably gonna be the nigga in part 2 because
Mhm.
like they didn't kill him. Oh man, I feel like they're. Never mind. I don't know. I guess like they should have left the brother alive too. So like part 2 could like because I feel like this was like a brother rivalry kind of movie. You know what I mean? It's like a
Yeah.
Cain and Abel kind of situation. So it's like now the next movie is not about that at all. It's like getting the plug $1 million. That's the next movie.
So it's like, but he has it. So he got the $1 million, but
does he?
Yeah, because remember, what's her name left all the money. That's what the lawyer said. The lawyer said she left you a lot of money.
She doubled it. I forgot. So it's like they had that money and then she put it in the cryptocurrency or whatever, and then got that. When he said $1 million, he was acting like, damn, that was a lot. Like he got it, but he might not got it.
Nah, so I think he got it, but he was just like, God damn, nigga, $1 million. Like that was his reaction. Like
I feel like he made it seem like he didn't have it on him.
But he did have it. Remember, so he didn't have it on him, but remember he was like, I got the papers in the car, like I got it.
Like I can
get let me go get it
for you. Yeah. That shit was
that $1 million.
Yeah, man. I would I give him the movie as far as I was feeling. I mean, we ain't got to the rating yet, but I was feeling the story. I like the way things flowed. I was just like, I felt like there were some parts that I guess I could have done with people that I could have done without, and it would have made the movie a little shorter, and I would have been okay with a part 2. Like now, like a part 2 is like, damn, like how they gonna pull this off? You know what I mean? Because the curly dude with the curly hair is like, yeah, he was a character, but he wasn't Chiappa. You know what I mean? Like
he wasn't. Okay, so I think the only thing that made Chiappa different from him was the relation.
The what?
Because they was damn near partners in what they was doing.
Yeah.
So the only difference was Chiappa was related to Curly, but this nigga, like, he literally don't give a fuck about nobody. He literally don't give a fuck at all, which is a little more dangerous than Chiappa. Right. Chiappa didn't care, but then he still loved his brother. Like he still loved.
I don't want that kind of love.
No.
That nigga. Funny part about Chiappa is, right, like he got a problem with his brother for no reason. His brother went to jail, didn't snitch on nobody, right? He should love this nigga, but he willing to kill somebody for love. It's like, nigga, you love her? Nigga, you love her, I'm a killer. I'm gonna kill my cousin because you love her.
So the angle against his brother, like I said, is he wanted that seat. It's like, when he get back, everybody gonna bow down it because he was trying to get everybody to turn on him. So it was like the power shit, the power and the money. So it was out of left field. Like, I don't fuck with my brother, but I understood his angle. He want people to bow to him. He know when his brother get out, nigga, everybody's coming back to my brother. He know that.
Just take it, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, what we doing this, man? We got that's just unnecessary, my nigga. It's like, you mad at me, nigga? I could have had everybody in jail.
Hey, I want to say, dude played Chiappa. That nigga was good too. Like, I'm convinced that nigga's like that in real life.
If I don't like you in the movie, you did a good job. Like, I don't like this nigga, man. This nigga's a hater. So he did a good job.
I feel like in real life, this nigga shicey like that. Like, that nigga played that role too good.
Yeah, he did. He did, for sure. Man, their sister was fire too. I was like, it'd be funny in movies where everybody, like all the women that in the movie is fine.
Oh, you said fine. I thought you meant like acting, because I was like, you could definitely tell this is her first time acting.
Are you talking about the sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, basically, like everybody in the movie got to be. All the women in the movie was it was bad. But yeah, that's just good casting.
Right.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to see if they can't. They're gonna do a part 2 of this, I think. But if they don't, I'm definitely waiting to see what else Curly gonna put out. Like, I would use everybody you used in this movie and just and do something else. Because I really like I like how they put the shit together.
You
I
like
fucks
G?
with this movie.
You like Gio's character?
Yep.
Okay. So one question before we get into the ending. The girl that they wanted to kill Killer for, did she get killed?
Yep.
And why? I didn't get that part. It kind of just came like she was just at the place dead, and then what's his
It
name?
did. It did come out of nowhere. So it was like she was holding the daughter, like holding the daughter captive.
Yeah.
And then Gio showed up, she was dead, and then the brother runs out the closet or somewhere and tries to fight him. They don't
really
the brother
explain
says it because he was like, "Where's my daughter?" He like, "Nigga, Chiappa took her," but it didn't explain why he killed her to take her. Like why? Because the whole plan was Chiappa, so it was kind of like, why not just take her? Why'd you have to kill her? So I don't know.
Right. So it's like she was holding the daughter for him, as I feel like Chiappa went there and killed him, but it's like you also killed Killer for that girl. So it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't. So he killed Killer for the brother.
For the brother to have love.
To have love. But then he said he told him too, he was like, yeah, so if she fuck you over, I'm gonna kill that bitch too.
Yeah.
But I never saw a point where she fucked him over.
Yeah, me either. So I mean, it was that was probably like just like a hole in the story they probably didn't really care too much about. But when I saw her dead, it was like a really dark scene. So it was like I didn't really I had to rewind it. I'm like, is she dead? And why?
I didn't understand why she was dead. I didn't get that part though.
Yeah, and there was a few times in this movie, you know what I mean, as far as criticism goes, give it a little bit of critique. There's parts of this movie where they cut the audio off. You know, I don't know if you like
when the brother hopped the fence and he was on the phone, I was like, was we not supposed to hear that? Or
and it was another part where the whole shit just went blank. I rewinded it because I thought it was my shit, and it was just like he was talking, and that shit just went blank. It was nothing.
Yeah.
So Curly the Fifth, if you need an editor, I'll make sure that shit don't happen no more. No, I was fucking with you.
Okay, so and then too, there was okay, remember when light skinned dude and the other dude was in the store and they walked in and he was like, don't start no trouble. He's like, shut the fuck up. And then they seen dude at the register. It was like, that's him right there. And then it's like it cut to the scene and it was in the car. He was like, you got him? He's like, yeah. You sure you got him? He's like, yeah. Who was dude they were talking about?
I have no idea.
Right.
What you're talking about right now, actually.
They was in a liquor store.
They went to the liquor store.
And it was walking through the aisles. Remember, he was like, you want one of these beers?
Oh, yeah.
No.
I thought that was supposed to be Gio.
You said you thought that was Gio at the register?
I thought that's who they were saying it was, because that's how when they caught him, right? When they were following him? No, they were following him from In-N-Out Burger. So
not that one. Not that part.
I know what you're talking about, because he was just like, you want one of these? He was like, Modelo's. And he was
he
was like, you want one of these beers? Like, nah. And then there was a dude at the register. Who was that?
That's what I'm saying. It was like it showed it so fast. It was like dude is register, but they focused on him like that's him right there.
Yeah.
And but then because he was about to shoot him in the store. He was like, nah, hold on. And then they showed him in the car. And he like, you got that nigga? He like, yeah, you sure you got him? He's like, yeah. Call Chopper and tell him man down. I was like, well, who was dude though?
I don't know. I'll have to go back. Just like I said, first watch, there's a lot of shit that I probably missed, and I might watch it again before I watch part 2 if they do a part 2, because I want to know, like, I want to focus more on Chiappa's homie, because I feel like there was probably parts that in the movie to where it'll make me feel like, oh, okay, like he will play a good role in part 2. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this dude was saying this, he was saying that, he might have had this dialogue that I didn't catch because I wasn't focused on him. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? So hopefully that'll bridge the situation, because right now I don't feel like he can hold a part 2 up by himself.
I don't think so. The angle was, I don't think it would be him holding it up. I think if anything, it would come down to Curly having to be part of the game, like having a slang, and it'll come down to him. Yeah, it'll come down to him versus the niggas in the jungles.
Yeah, and it was another funny part when they was trying to get $1 million. They start robbing everything. I was just like, these niggas think they're gonna get $1 million overnight. Robbing liquor stores and I was like, these niggas, boy, they was ruthless. But yeah. Anyway, we can move on to the rating. Unless you got other notes.
No, that's about it. That should wrap it up. You want to go first while you can breathe, nigga?
Man, I'm saying.
Drink some of that water.
Motherfucker cold, brother. I'm gonna say right.
Ah. I'm gonna say right.
That nigga took a
And,
drink of Wallen.
and I ain't changing the channel.
I'm definitely not changing the channel on this shit.
So like I said, I was more impressed than I expected. You know what I mean? Like I was it sucks because when you go on tubi movies, like you always got this thing in the back of your mind, like this is gonna be terrible. Like I hate coming in like that, but that's just what it is. Like I'll be like, and especially when it's because I'm West Coast biased, so I'm expecting the extras. I'm expecting the nigga to come in with the chucks and I'm expecting him to put on like that. I don't think it's necessary. So when I'm expecting or when I feel like it's about to happen, that's how I always come in. But this shit wasn't like that at all.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely a what I don't want to say, because I've seen these lower budget films recently, and it's been like mostly Detroit. You know what I mean? And
Mostly,
like
yeah.
I can't relate. So it's like I don't want to say this movie got points because it was West Coast, but you know what I mean, I was I guess yeah, I might even say I was biased because like it's not like I can relate to none of this shit because I don't be out in the streets. It's just more of like the feel of the movie. You know what I mean? Like some of it because it was hard to even tell where it was at, but then once you found out, you was just like, oh, it's a West Coast film, nice.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm gonna take that away. But I definitely enjoyed it. I want to see more from him. There was a few things that I could like, pick and point at, but it wasn't nothing to where it's like I would recommend this movie, which is a good thing because usually it's not a, not usually, but often I'm telling somebody, nah. You don't
It's like you're recommended with that disclaimer though. Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I fucked with it, but it's like one of them good movies you be like, yeah, I think somebody will fuck with this.
Yeah, and it's also I would probably only recommend this movie to people that you like low budget films, you know what I mean, like some hood stuff or whatever. Then watch it. Like my wife probably wouldn't watch this, but
Oh, definitely, like definitely. But like I said, overall, for me, it was a good damn movie. And like I said, I haven't seen another movie he did. So
yeah, he was just an actor in that one. So I don't know if he even because this is his first direct, like as far as like his directorial debut, fire. Like, you know what I mean? I'll have to give him that for sure. I gave my two rights it was the production and then it was the writing, and then the acting was just the rights and the story was the right.
So it's like so I balanced it with the act. The reason why I gave it the exclamation right on the acting because I balanced it. Like the sister, like there's certain people in here don't really act like that. Like that you could tell this like they just getting in the game. But I feel like Curly and Chiappa carried that. Them both of them niggas was so convincing. Like they put on the show, like because they're the mains of it. So they put on the show for the acting.
Yeah,
like they were believable as a motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm not saying the acting was bad. That's why I gave it a right. Like writing means it's good. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just couldn't give it a great. But yeah, it was good. You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's what I was saying. It was good.
Yeah.
But for me, what pushed it to great was because I put more on the people with more screen time. So that's why I care. But everybody did good basically.
Yeah.
But that just like the way Curly delivered and the way Chopper was convinced. Like I'm convinced this nigga would. I want to hear this nigga in the interview to see what he sound like normally because I'm convinced this nigga ain't shit in real life.
Chopper.
Yeah, I'm convinced this nigga shicey as fucking real life.
Yeah. I also dug other than the little small editing issues, that I, you know what I mean, that we caught. Like production was right. Like I fucked with it. Not right, but right. Like I gave it a right because I dug it. You know what I mean? Especially for to be like your first time. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the things I was like, damn, like he did that shit. So
hey, and that like I said, the music. So the whoever did the scoring, nigga, like when you see him going, he finds Shiesty, whatever song that's playing. I was like, this captured the whole mood of this shit.
Like I said, I want that on the phone,
man. Man, but it's like the placement of the music, because it's like when Shiesty died, like I said, it's like the emotional sound they playing, it captures that moment,
right?
It like sells the scene, and they did a lot of that shit throughout this whole movie.
Yeah, they definitely set the scenes with the score. Well, not even a score. They had music, regular music, but even the studio song.
That shit was hard.
Songs with the it was a song when what's his name, Killer was smashing Jada. That was a good song too. I was just like, okay, like, you know what I mean, they definitely placed them in the right spots. And as far as the story, why I gave the story a right, it was just parts in the story that I'm like, man, like just like how we were talking about, like I just don't get that part. You know what I mean? Like, well, what happened to this guy? Well, what happened to that guy? There was a lot of like little spots in the movie where it just didn't connect for me, but it was still a good story.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I gave that one a right. But yeah, I fuck with the movie. Definitely I will watch it. I have to watch it again.
Right. I've watched it twice so far.
Okay, yeah, I gotta pick up on some things that I didn't catch, but I fuck with that.
Fucks with it. We fucks with you, Curly the Fifth. Even though you spelled your name weird, I couldn't find your shit on Spotify for hell of a long. That nigga spelled that shit weird.
It's got an E in it.
Yeah, it was like curl. It was like curl. I was spelling it hella wrong. And I found it, but then I found it. I fuck with his music though. The nigga's hard.
Yeah, shout out to him, man, and shout out to everybody. Shout out to Chiappa. I don't know his real name.
Shiesty, man. Hey, Chiappa, do an interview somewhere, my nigga. I need to see you in a normal setting, nigga. You Shiesty as fuck. You and what was light skin cousin name? I don't know his name.
Which one was light skin?
The one that was like, yeah, nigga, don't be back.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I forgot what his name was.
Hey, them niggas is convincing. Like,
Chiappa's real name is Aaron Pearson.
I need to hear the nigga talk regular.
Yeah.
I don't trust that nigga with shit.
And nigga with the curly hair, his name is Timothy Deshaun Heron.
For sure.
Yeah.
You niggas are shiesty though.
For sure. But yeah. Subscribe. Follow us on the Instagrams, the TikToks,
hit all the like wherever stuff. It's at. Like, subscribe, listen to us, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you listen to podcasts. We everywhere.
You're
listen to us, por favor, gracias.
That snake got racist.
That was racist. No, I'm part Spanish. I'm part Mexican.
I forgot.
Can't be racist. This is my peoples. Mi familia, nigga.
All right, Joe. We out.
For sure. Check on tap in.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.